Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Witness of a witness and going back on a witness in the Hanbali school. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Allahumma atina nufusna taqwaha wa zakkiha. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon us. All the things, their praises belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the blessings and peace upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us in knowledge and make our nafs pure. And may Allah have mercy upon all our shuyukh. And today we're going over in the Hanbali school by Ibn Qudama al-Maqdisi, and he talks about the issue, witness of a witness. Witness of a witness. That's what the person, that's the title. And Raju al-Alayya, and going back on a witness, that's what that refers to. That's this topic. Okay, so would you like to read the first one, Sheikh Ibrahim?
تجوز الشهادة على الشهادة.
Yes. So witness of a witness is allowed. That's what they say. Somebody says that they witnessed something, and another person, he heard that person say it, so it's a witness of a witness. So he said, the Sheikh, he said that that's allowed. That's allowed, witness of a witness.
So he's like bearing witness that somebody else bear witness that he saw something.
Yes, something like that. It talks about that more in detail afterwards, what that refers to. Please read number 2.
So you can say, like, I bear witness that my brother saw that the dog bit that person. Like that?
Well, I said, I bear witness that my brother said that he saw.
Yeah.
Something like that.
فيما يجوز فيه كتاب القاضي.
Yes. So it's the same thing like the letter of a judge. We had another lesson about that previously, where a judge in one town, he would write the situation about the case, because it would have to deal with people in a different town, or he would write his judgment and then he would send it to the other judge in another town, so we'd have the letter. So we talked about that, and then the other judge has to go by, the things that the one judge says in the town and continue on it, or take the same ruling on the other judge. So he talks about that. So the Sheikh, he mentioned in the other thing what's necessary for it, to have 2 witnesses that the letter is accurate and things like that. So he's saying the same thing. It's like the same situation where the judge makes a letter, sends it to another judge, so it's like the same situation as that. Okay, read number 3, Brother Muhammad.
If the original witness has an excuse.
Yes, if the original witness can't come, then you can have a witness to that witness. So like for example, let's say you have a woman and she can't come to the court, then her sister can come and say, I bear witness that she said this, or she witnesses to this. So the original witness can't make it. Okay, and then it talks, number 4 talks about the reasoning. Read that in Sheikh Ibrahim.
بموت أو غيبة أو مرض ونحوه.
Yes. So the first reason, if the person is dead, then the person afterwards, let's say before this person died, he said that this happened, and so he witnesses for that person. Or if the person is absent, let's say that he went to a different country, to China, India, something like that, if you're all the way over here in America, then he's absent, so he can't make it to the case. So then witness of a witness is allowed. And if a person, they're sick, they're in the hospital, and they're on critical care or something like that, then they can't make it to the case, then it'll be allowed in that particular case. So those are particular situations where it's allowed. Okay, Imam Faisal, read number 5.
بشرط أن يستدعيه شاهد الأصل.
Yes. That means if the original witness is called to make a witness in the case, that's in that situation. Then you read number 6, Brother Muhammad.
And he says, I witness on my testimony that so and so confessed to me or witnessed like that.
Yes, so it's talking about witnesses to a witness. So the person would come and would say that this person said to me this, confessed to me this, or he said to me that he witnessed something like this, so he's saying it on behalf of what the other person told him, what the other person witnessed to him, what the other person confessed to him. That's what it means, a witness of a witness. Okay, and the court is where we go. Okay, Imam Faisal, you want to say something?
Like if somebody said that so-and-so told me he committed a murder. Is that what this is talking about?
Well, that's going extreme, saying murder.
Okay.
You might say that somebody said that this person, I loaned this person money, so he's a witness to it, or I witnessed that this person said I witnessed this person give this person money as a loan, and he told the person I witnessed that, so this is a witness of a witness. Okay. Don't go to extreme like killing, that's too strong.
Yeah.
That's very strong, so I don't want to say
No,
that.
I mean like O.J. Simpson, he confessed to somebody.
Yeah, don't, it's sad. Okay, inshallah, so that's the situation. He explains it in detail what it means by witness. Witness. Okay, read number 7, Sheikh Ibrahim.
ويعتبر معرفة العدالة في شهود الأصل والفرع.
Yes. So both the original witness and the witness of the witness, they have to be just people. They have to be honest people, not people that are crooks, not people that are liars and things like that. And that's the condition for witnesses in the first place. If you just have one witness, they have to be adl, they have to be just, not people that are doing crimes, criminals. They're not acceptable as witnesses. We had another lesson on who's not acceptable as a witness, so that's one of them. So both of them have to be just people, both the original witness as well as the witness of the witness. Okay, Imam Faisal, read number 8.
ومتى لم يحكم بشهادة الفرع, if a ruling is not based on the secondary witness's testimony until the original witnesses are present, the ruling is stopped until hearing their testimony.
Yes. So
If a ruling is not based,
yes.
okay.
If the judge decides that it's not that he needs to hear from the original witness for some reason, and then he can't make a judgment until he does that, then the ruling is stopped. He doesn't give the judgment until he hears from the original witness, if that's the case. Because the judge might think that it's not one reason or another that the secondary witness is not saying it sufficiently to say from the first witness, so he might adjourn, is that the right term for it? Adjourn the case until he hears from the original witness directly from him, and then continue on with their testimony. Okay, that's the point that Sheikh has. Okay, Brother Muhammad, read number 9.
If something occurs that will prevent the admissibility of their testimony, the judgment will not be based upon it.
Yes. So somebody comes and then they're witness to witness, and another person comes. Oh, this person he's a liar in another case, something like that. Then then that changes the testimony. Then the judge doesn't base it on that witness. Is that clear at that point? Maybe it's hard to explain. Like in the beginning, the person they come and the judge assumes that he's saying everything that's correct about the other person. Then somebody comes along. The person they come, I'm witnessing on behalf of my brother. That he said this and that and that. Then something else comes out. Oh, he's not really your brother. Just your brother in Islam, something like that. Then the testimony, the judgment will not be based upon it because it's something occurred to indicate that it was not the admissibility of the first one, the first witnessing. Okay, inshallah, let's go to number 10, Sheikh Ibrahim, read that one.
ومتى غير العدل شهادته فزاد فيها أو نقص قبل الحكم قبلا.
Yes. So if he comes and he witnesses something, but he's a just person, honest person, then afterwards he changes it, then it's accepted if the person is a just person. So they might say something in the beginning, and then after a lot of discussion, he might say something else. He say, maybe I was mistaken on something, but it's still accepted. That's what the Sheikh said. For a just person, not for a dishonest person. And sometimes people, they make mistakes or they forget, and then afterwards they might recall something, or they might correct themselves, and it's acceptable as long as the person is a just person. That's the point that he has. Okay? Entry number 11, Imam Faisal.
وإن حدث منه ما يمنع قبولها أداها ما قبولها أداءها
Yes.
ردت.
Yes. If something occurs that makes the witness completely unacceptable, then it's rejected. That's a standard point. So in the beginning, the person, they witness something, the judge goes by it, but then afterwards something comes up that makes it completely unacceptable to the judge, then it's completely rejected, the things that he said. Let's move on to this point. Okay, Brother Muhammad, read number 12.
If this happens after a judgment, it has no effect.
Yes. So this is before the judgment, before the judge makes a judgment, but once the judge makes a judgment, that's it. The case is done. You can't come afterwards and say something else afterwards. The judgment is done, and then you don't go back and change the judgment after. That's the point that the Sheikh has on number 12.
In Saudi Arabia, one year they said they saw the moon, and they announced the Hajj, and then apparently the witness came back a day or two later and said, "I take it back. I was mistaken," and then they changed the whole calendar.
Yeah, but this is not under court cases. This is saying when the judge makes a judgment.
Witness for the moon.
Yes, when he makes a judgment on a case, you have two people that make the case,
Yeah.
and the judge gives a judgment, then let's say a week later, a month later, a year later, somebody comes back and says, you know, that something comes up which is where the witness is not accurate, they don't change the judgment. That's the point that he has. The judgment's already done, it's all set.
They
It's gotta
made
be
the
done before
judgment that the month started, and then they went back and undid that judgment, you know? And then also, I mean, that's in Saudi, and over here in America, sometimes somebody will come up and say, I take back my testimony, and then they release the person from prison.
Yes, and these things here also, the judge, he's gonna look at all the things in the case. All the cases aren't the same, so this is just
Yeah.
general principles to go by, inshallah,
I see.
over here. So I'll talk about that after. Let's finish this up first, and I'll talk
Okay.
about the witnesses of the moon.
No.
Okay, I read number 13. The number 13 goes along with number 12. If the person,
If the witnesses go back on their testimony after a judgment has been issued, the judgment is not overturned, nor is its execution prevented,
okay, let's read the next one, next page.
except in legal punishments and qisas retribution, illa fil hudud wal qisas.
Yes, okay. All right. Okay, so it's saying that if it's before, then, you know, it's acceptable, but it's after the judgment, it doesn't take effect. So that's number 13. And number 14, except in the case of legal punishments, the hudud and
Oh,
the
okay,
qisas.
so that's what I was talking about. Somebody's on the death row, and then the witness comes forward and says, I take back my witnessing.
Yes.
They didn't do the murder.
So over there, it's different, you know, and
Yeah.
so that's the case if it's, you know, because the thing is, they're more lenient. They try not to execute the hudud,
Yeah.
the legal punishments, and the qisas, they try as much as possible not to execute it.
Mm.
So he's saying in those cases, it can be overturned.
I see.
You know, somebody like given the judgment to be, you know, for the zina or something like that, then afterwards, the witness comes back and, you know, things are changed, then they can cancel it out. Same thing like with the confession, you know, somebody that confessed to it, and afterwards, they take back their confession, and then it's canceled out. So that's like the same principle here. And also likewise in the qisas, because the qisas refers to physical punishment, physically punishment, not just financial stuff. So for those, it's more lenient that the judgment can be changed after the fact, after the judgment was done. Okay, and that's what the Sheikh said in the Hanbali school, the rulings that he had in Qudama. And also bear in mind that if you look at the Hanbali school, sometimes there's more than one opinion in the Hanbali school. And also you have the other schools also. So a person, they want to look in detail, you know, that you might find some differences on these issues. But this is what the Sheikh said, Ibn Qudama, who is the most knowledgeable person in the fiqh of all time. And he has great, extensive detail, you know, in the fiqh, not just in the Hanbali school, but the other schools also, if you look at his other books. All right, let's go to the next one, we're on number 15, Brother Muhammad.
They are liable for compensation for the loss caused by their testimony or something similar if it is replaceable.
Yes, so the person they witnessed to something and they caused damage some way or another, then they're liable for it, for the damages that are caused. So if they, like for example, they did a damage on a bicycle, and they have to replace it with a bicycle replacement to it, that they caused the harm for a bicycle, to replace it. Okay, and then if it's not replaceable, that's number 16, you read that in Ibrahim?
And its value if it is not replaced.
Yes, if it's something that the person caused damage, and the person can't replace it, then he's got to pay its value. Okay, like for example, let's say a person, they have a store that sells dishes, for example, and then somehow he made the witness and caused the person to give a dish, so he's got to replace that dish. But if he can't replace it, it's something that's not replaceable, then he's got to pay the value of the damages. Okay? All right, let's go to number 17.
ويكون ذلك بينهم على عددهم فإن رجع أحدهم فعليه حصته.
Yes. So if something is based on like 4 witnesses or 10 witnesses, then the damage is like 1,000. So 10 witnesses for 1,000, each one is 100. So then he's liable for his share. That's what that says. If it turns out that the witness was false or something like that, found out it was false, then he's liable for the damages that he's caused. 10 witnesses, so he's liable for 1/10. 4 witnesses, he's liable for 1/4. 2 witnesses, he's liable for 1/2. That's the point that they have there. Okay, inshallah, let's go to number 19. Brother Muhammad, you read that one.
The testimony was for killing or injury, and they said they did it on purpose. On them is the retribution,
Yes.
qisas.
Yes. So what happened if a person, they did a false witness, caused somebody to die, or qisas, where it caused somebody to harm, then they get the same thing, the qisas. And life for a life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And that's also when the person, where they're verbally saying it in their mouth, causing that to happen to another person. So that's what he's saying, it's just like doing that. Just by saying it verbally as a witness, causes that person to have that physical harm. You know, it's as if he actually did the physical harm on the person. That's the point that's over here. So he's liable for the qisas, for the retribution of it. Like, let's say a person, the witness has something that caused a person to get their hand cut off, then that person's hand would be cut off because he caused the person's hand to be cut off, and
False
so that's the
witness.
point there.
He made a false witness.
Right, because he's liable for the qisas, the retribution. The qisas is if a person, they harm somebody, then they have a right to have the same thing done on the person, to harm for the person. Or they can let it go and just take the blood money instead. So that's in the other chapters. That's the next point, number 20. And you read that, Brother Ibrahim?
If they say they made a mistake, they owe the blood money and the computation.
Yes. Yes. So the first one is if they do it on purpose. If it's found out that they did it muta'ammidan, they did it on purpose, they did a lie on purpose that caused a harm on the person, then they're liable for the qisas. But in the second case, if they made a mistake, they said, oh, I made a mistake, I didn't do it on purpose, then they're liable for the blood money. The same thing if they did it actually. If they killed somebody on purpose, they're killed, they have the qisas. But if they kill somebody accidentally, they have to pay the blood money of the person. Okay, the diya of the person. Okay, inshallah, so that's the point over here. So again, this is the witness of a witness, a person they make a witness, another person they heard that person say something, that's what the Shaykh mentioned. And then that's what this talks about in those issues. And the second part is a person they go back on a witness, what happens, somebody witnessed something, it turns out that he found out that he was lying, then he's liable for what he caused damages from that false witness. Okay, alright, inshallah. Okay, inshallah, is that clear, all the points over here? We'll stop over here.
Yes.
Brother Muhammad Ibn Faisal.
I have one question.
Yes, brother.
If somebody kills a person on a mistake and the family person that asks for money, is that
Yes.
allowed?
The amount?
Yes. Is
The-
that like if somebody kills a person on mistake,
Yes.
by mistake, and their punishment is to give them the money, like
Yes, blood money. They call
can
it.
they? No, if somebody kills somebody on purpose,
Yes.
and their punishment is to get a qisas,
Yes.
or can they give money instead?
Yes,
Instead of being
if the person agrees to it,
if the person
the
is
person, they have a right to have the same thing done on the other person. So a person that kills somebody on purpose, then he can say, I want the retribution, he should be killed
Money.
also. Or he can accept the blood money, and the blood money is a lot, it's 100 camels. Or they
You mean
say,
the family, right?
the family.
yes.
Man is dead.
Mhm.
Person is dead. He can't choose anything.
Right, so you gotta pay the 100 camels to the family, and then, and it takes a long time, it's a lot of money, 100 camels is a lot of value. So the ulama, they say even they pay it over the course of 3 years, not just him, but his whole clan pays it off, for the blood money, so it's quite a bit, taking a life of somebody and, to pay the blood money for it. And that's, usually that's done accidentally, but on purpose, then if the family agrees to it, then they can take the blood money instead of having the person, the same thing happen to the person that did it. So there's a whole chapter on that, on the Kitab al-Jiniyat, the different injuries, how much a person they have to pay.
Oh yes.
If there's like 10 fingers, for example, then you pay 1/10
10.
of the blood money. So they talk about that, things like that. There's a whole other lesson about that. Okay, inshallah. Alright, inshallah. So let's stop over here. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Allah knows best, and peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad. Just take that.